Welcome back, people. We got the Samebike L026. This is the 500 watt version. It doesn't matter if it's 500 watt or 350 watt, this will still work the same. If you don't have an electric bike and you have a mountain bike, this will also work exactly the same. So I'm going to crack straight onto it and we're going to start talking and I will show you things. So 4 nuts, one here, one there and one there, which is the 4 bolts that hold your handlebars on. First off, we're going to start off changing those. So I got 2 different types of handlebikes. No, that was completely messed up. Nobody heard that. We got 2 sets of handlebars. One of them being aluminium one an aluminium alloy, and the other one is ultra light carbon fiber. Now, when I try and talk too fast, I always say things wrong, so got to slow it down. But I'm trying to make this video quick, but at the same time, kind of excited as well because getting these new bars on here is going to be awesome compared to the ones that we've got. So them 4 bolts plus the little bracket, I'm going to put that in my pocket just for now so we do not lose it, and we're going to bend down here onto the floor, and I'm now going to take everything off on this handlebar, which is never a fun thing to do, but I guess once I've done it the once, you'll never have to do it again. So starting off with the twist throttle, most of these electric Samebikes do have the thumb throttle, but I changed it and put a twist throttle myself. It's just what I prefer. We made a video on that, so if you want to know how to do it, the wires are different color, but I still managed to do it. And yeah, if you want to know how, there's a video across the channel. We've done the battery hack maintenance thing, we've done the speed hack thing as well. We've done a lot of different things on this bike, a lot of different things. You can check it all out. We've tried taking this bike off road and it works amazing. We've done a hill test only, we've done a throttle test only. I've tried a lot of different things, so yeah, if you're interested, look across the channel, you will find it. Okay, let's we now got to undo the 3 button thing for our display, which that was actually quite loose if I'm honest, but that's okay because when it goes back on it won't be. And then we have the horn here. I'm not a big fan of the horn if I'm honest. I keep thinking about taking it off and not putting it on, but keeping it off. But every time I think about taking it off, then I end up needing to use it because people get in the way. So I guess it's kind of handy to keep on there. So you are going to need yourself a set of Allen keys to obviously do this. As you can see, I'm using 5mm Allen keys, a 4mm Allen key, possibly a 2 or a 1 as well. So just grab yourself a bunch of Allen keys to get this set up. Okay, so that's the brake lever done. Now we need to release that gear and the gear on the other side. I'm going to show you the handlebars and talk about those in a sec. So we need a Phillips screwdriver for the gear. There we go. And then the same on the other side. There we go. So that releases that. Now you might not have this gold bracket. It's called a reinforcement bar. You might not have that, but I do. That's something that I put on there myself, just because I'm going off road. Me going off road, I want to make sure that it's a lot stronger and I don't end up breaking the bars, because these are cheap bars that it comes with. So because of that reason, I put that on there. Okay. So we're going to keep that. It's a little nut and a little screw for the speed display. We're going to keep that to one side. Do the same for the other one. This holds in 2 bolts. Sorry about the camera angles if sometimes it's not right. I don't always get it right, guys. So we do live streaming. We use face cam and mic. Just to mention, if anyone's interested in gaming, we do a lot of that. You could check it out. Okay, so we're pretty much done there. The only thing we need to do now is to remove that gold bar, our reinforcement bar. I keep saying gold bar, but I guess it is gold. We're going to put that on our new new bars as well, even though our new bars are going to be strong enough to handle us going off-road. I still want this on there anyway. It just makes it look a little bit better, but not only that, it gives me that little bit of satisfaction to know that I've got that little bit more protection there with my bars from breaking, snapping off, or cracking in the middle. I've had that happen before when I was younger, doing some jumps, not on this electric bike obviously, on another mountain bike. I was doing some jumps and I was taking it to the extreme and the bars ended up cracking in the middle. It was very painful, very, very painful, and I don't plan on doing that again anytime soon. So as well as the bars, you also are going to need yourself some new grips as well. That's not everybody, you know. You could possibly take the grips off on these bars that this bike comes with, but they're not that great if I'm honest. So I'm just pulling that over now like that, just pulled it off so I don't have to undo it completely. And then we're going to slide off the display, and then I think I might be able to just slide all of this off actually. Hold on, might not have to mess around with the grip on the other side, possibly if we're lucky. I don't think I'm going to be able to actually. Let me get rid of this gold clip here, just bend that open and that comes off. There we go. So taking off our display, what's holding that there? The horn. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm going to have to take this grip off, which I wasn't looking forward to doing if I'm honest, but hey, it is what it is. So let's change my screwdriver around. So the best way to do this is some WD-40, which I did have some somewhere. Let me just grab that. Ooh. Okay, here we go. You can also use deodorant. I've used deodorant many times in the past, that also works. So I'm going to get the flat end of the screwdriver, push it down into the grip. I could cut this off because I'm not going to use it again, but I'm just showing you guys how to get it off just in case. So get your WD-40, spray it in there, and then that'll help get it moving. Move the screwdriver around, and then we get that grip, we should be able to now start twisting it. I'm losing grip on the top of the bars. My hand is not holding it properly. I can't get a grip on it. Oh no, come on. I don't want to cut it off. I want to show you guys how we get it off properly. I might have to though. These are always a pain to get off, grips. Makes it more harder for me because I've got it attached to the bike and I can't, because of the wires are attached. And I got WD-40 all over my hand now, so that's making everything slippery. Oh wow. Okay. It's coming slowly. Just keep twisting and pulling. Keep losing grip. It is going, just very slowly. Okay, let me open again. Just put a screwdriver in there, bend it open a little bit so we get a bit of a gap. Spray a bit more WD-40 down in there. There we go, that's helping it. There we go, that got it. That was proper on there, that grip. That was really on there, wow. Okay, so again, I'm not going to use that, but I just wanted to show that, just in case you guys really wanted to use it. So now just pulling everything off the bars. There we have the standard bars. Whew, I'm sweating. Not an attractive thing to say, but I am. It's a hot day today. So the bars that I got are longer. Look at them. Wake. So these cost about £17. They're aluminium alloy. and they look great, and they're a lot longer, as you can see, compared to the standard bars that you get with it. So the bars, these weight bars, I got them at 780 millimeters long and 31.8, as you can see there on the center, to fit the middle part here, which I do really like those. Looking at that, let's get them old bars out of the way. Just looking at that, that looks absolutely like a beast. Yeah, I could yeah, I like those. I could go with those, but I also have these ones, which these ones are 760 mils, so they're slightly smaller than that bar. I think they are anyway. Are they, or they're the same? Yeah, 760 mils, as you can see there. It says 780. It's lining up to the 760. So they're a tiny bit more smaller. They don't look as good. They're called EC90, 31.8 millimeter and 760 millimeters long, which is what I just said. But they're carbon fiber, ultra light, and they really are. They are so light, they weigh next to absolute nothing. But carbon fiber is always stronger, and I really don't know at this point whether to put the carbon fiber ones on or to go with these aluminium ones. Now they are definitely more heavy, that's for sure, but they're longer and they look so much more better. They're not as strong as obviously the other ones, but I think I might go with these red bars. You know, I'm gonna go with it. I've made up my mind. That's it. When I make my mind up, I don't change it. Well, actually I probably do at the last minute, but yeah, I'm gonna put these on just because they look good. That's it, no other reason. The carbon fiber though, they're definitely the way to go. They're lighter as well, so really I should, because they're stronger and they're lighter, but it's about what you like. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay using aluminium bars, because the bars that was originally on here are aluminium anyway, and they're not, to be honest, they're not really the strongest bars, but they do work. So me basically taking them other bars off that we had on originally and putting these ones on, the things that is different is they are the same material, so it's not going to make it any lighter, but it is going to make it a lot better for steering. And it's not just steering, but it's also going to look that extra little bit more nicer on the bike as well. So I'm trying to position it up now to kind of roughly where I want the bars to be. This is all personal preference when you tighten it up to the point where you're happy with. You don't have to do it a certain way, although tighten the bolts, you probably do want to do it a certain way. I think I'm happy with that, the position that's in. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so I'm going to start off with, I always take the camera off. Okay, I'm going to start off with this top one here on the right. I'm going to tighten that one up a little bit, all the way around back to where it was. And then the bottom left, I'm going to put it in a certain position, and then I'm going to take it all the way around and bring it back to that position, so that way I'm tightening it up the same amount. And then the same goes up on this side, and then down there on the other side as well. There we go. So quite a simple installation, just a little bit time consuming if I'm honest, but that looks absolutely like a beast. And they actually match up with my red mechanical hydraulic pull brakes now. Again, made a separate video on hydraulic pull brakes for mechanical pull brakes. We upgraded that. Okay, now getting all of our stuff down here. Now we're going to put all of this back on. Wish me luck. Okay, so starting off with the gear, something dropped there. I heard something drop. I don't know what it was, but I did hear something. Okay, so this is our brake. Okay, so our gear. Oh, we can't quite reach it. The bars are too long. Oh no, the cable's not long enough to get to it. Oh, bubbles. Well, don't tighten up that straight away if you're getting bars that are longer than your original bars. That's one way to take note. Keep it loose. Put them on, but keep it loose so that way you're able to put the other stuff on. It's good though that I make these mistakes. By me making these mistakes, it saves you guys making the same mistake and it taking you even longer in the process. It's just taken me an extra, I'd say about an extra minute. It's not too bad. Okay, so we've loosened up those. Now I can push the bars through that way a little bit more. Need to undo that a bit more though. Okay, there we go. Then I can get the gear piece, and now I can fit the gear on. Okay, there's the gear. And then after the gear, we need the brake. And then after that is the throttle. Oh gosh, I just got to push the handlebars all the way. Let me come around this way. Got to push the handlebars all the way through just to get this on, because these bars are so much longer than our electric throttle. There we go. And then once it's all on there, the cables are fine, but it's just getting it past that little bit that is a little bit finicky. And then, okay, so we have the horn, the brake, and our display. Now with the display, that's just gonna, that's plastic. I can just pull that straight over there like that. I'm gonna do it carefully though, because I don't want to snap it. And then this here is also plastic for our power display, but we can do that last. For the minute, we need to take the bars through that way, so I'm able to get the, okay, maybe not that way, take it back down that way then. Oh, these cables are so tight. The only thing that's stopping me is that the horn. I don't really want to undo any cables, any cable ties or anything like that. I want to try and get it all to fit on there. There we go. So there's the horn. And then we now need the brake cable, which that's a little bit of a strain. I might actually have to cut the cable ties. It's not something that I want to do. It's easy to put another one back on, but I just don't want to do it. Let me try forcing that a little bit. Be careful, you don't want to pull or rip the wire. In my case, if I did that, I could replace it because I know what I'm doing. But okay, I did that right up to the point of the horn. Put the horn on last. There we go. Does the horn go on last? I feel like it should go the other way, that way. There we go. That's what I was doing wrong. Put the horn on upside down compared to where it was, so that way it's lowered down there. There we go. So the button's down that way. Okay, we've finally done it. Now reposition the bars again to whereabouts I want it. Again, this is all personal preference. You don't have to have it in the same position as what I'm doing. I'm just having it like this because that's the way I like it. If you want it to have it the same way as me, you can. If you want to have it your own way, you can. Makes no difference. Just trying to line it up as straight as I possibly can. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I feel good about it being there. Now I know what you guys are thinking right now. He's messed up again with the, I got to put on the gold bar, but the gold bar I can pull the clips over, so that's why I didn't put that on at this stage. So first doing the top right, doing that quite tight, then moving down to the bottom left, making sure that one's done up quite tight, and then top left, do that one quite tight, and then bottom right, do that one up tight. That one should be your loosest bolt because that's the last one that you put most strain onto. You've got to try and tighten them up evenly. That's the trick of this here. If you've got a wrench that does you a certain amount of torque, then you're probably handy to do that, but if not, and you're like me, then that isn't the case. So just pulling that clip over, that's snapped in place there very nicely. It's not broken when I said snapped in place. Then this one pulls open. I'm going to pull that open, that's going to go there. And then we need our grip, which I bought these, £4, most cheapest thing ever, just standard BMX 2 grips. So I got a spare one because obviously on the other side I'm using throttle only. If the battery does die, guys, I will put a cut and edit and carry on recording. My battery's flashing. So handlebar grip, let's push that on there, just push it straight on like that. Perfect, that's nice, perfect, everything's good. Okay, come down here, then we need next this. Got to be careful when you're putting this on because this is like a aluminium metal as well, and you don't want to end up doing it so tight, too loose, sorry, that it ends up scratching all your bars in the process of putting these on, so bear that in mind. Okay, that's that one. Let's put the bolt through. I will tighten up all the other bolts in a moment. This video has actually taken me a lot longer than what I would have thought, if I'm honest. I didn't think it would take this long just to change some handlebars, but because we got all the electric wires, that's what makes it a longer process compared to a normal bike. A normal bike, it wouldn't take me this long. So this rental bar, strengthening bar, you can buy them on eBay for around about £14-ish. I have lost the link, but there is a link in one of my other videos on the electric bikes. So if you look across the channel, you will end up finding a link to get the same bar if you're interested in getting the strengthening bar there, which is very handy to have if you're going off-road. Off-road, kind of a must, really, just so that way you don't ever end up breaking your bars. So as you can see there, I just bent it open. I'm going to bend it a little bit more. There we go, not too much because I don't want to snap it. Just enough so it doesn't scratch, which it just did. So it don't scratch my bars. Open it a little bit more. Come on, get on there. There we go. Cool, that one was a bit of a pain. Okay, it gets quite thick. The bars get quite thick as it gets closer in, so I'm gonna have to move this one down on this side, push that in a little bit closer. To be honest, I don't really think I actually need to put these on, but I'm gonna, just because I can. These are a pain though. They are slowing down my process. Let's try and get it a little bit closer. Quite so close. It's not quite there though. Let's pull that a bit closer in. I don't want it any closer than that, so I've got to move this side. This is a pain. This is an absolute pain. But I want them on there, so I have to do it. If you ain't got these, that's obviously going to save you that little bit of time. Cool, it's right there. It is right on there. There we go. It finally reaches. It took a short minute though. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do that last just because that was the biggest pain. That was definitely the biggest pain. Hopefully my battery don't die, but if it does, as I said, I will bring you guys back. But okay, so now I'm doing the brake bolt. Hopefully you can see it. I'll tilt the camera right up, hopefully enough that you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. And then a small little Allen key for the switch to turn it on and off. So I can find the right Allen key. There we go. So this is for our display button. So because this one's just plastic, I'm only going to tighten it up with the bottom part of the Allen key, not the other way from this part, because it would put too much strain on it. Possibility it could actually even break it, so I'm not going to do that. And then next is our horn, which is a very, very tiny little Allen key. I'm not going to bother to show you me tightening that up, just because there's no point, or actually I guess I could. If I can try angle it right. Don't think I'm going to be able to get the right angle to show you. It's really in a strange place, but it's just there. You can see that. Don't know if the camera's picking that up. So with that, I'm not going to do it too tight again. I'm not going to use the other side, just using this longer part, just giving it a good old turn. There we go. So there's that. And then we need to change over our screwdriver. We can pull it out because we've got all WD-40 on it now. Got it? Did it? Yeah. Going to stick a bunch of Allen keys in my pocket for now. Alright, so Phillips screwdriver for the gears, which was, where did I put that? I lost the bolt for that. I don't know where I put the bolt. Oh gosh, don't ever lose bolts, guys. The bolt not in there? No, the bolt's not in there. It's a black bolt, is that it? There you go, it come out. So there's the bolt. So it screws in upwards, so I'm going to do that. Nice and tight. And then come over to this side, we do the same thing. The bolt's already in that one, Yep. Good thing is I've got a lot more room to move stuff around. Got a lot more space on there now. Get the gears to where I want it to be, just about there. And then come underneath. You probably can't see this. But as all I'm doing is just tightening up that gear shifter nice and tight. And then Allen key again for now a brake lever. We can find the right Allen key. There we go. And then again with the brake lever, just position to wherever that you feel is a good place for it to be. It's all personal preference at this point. Okay, that I'm going to do nice and tight because it is the brake. There we go. And then for our throttle, or your thumb throttle, if you are still using the thumb throttle, I just feel like the twist throttle is better in a way of controlling that speed and keeping that speed to a certain point. So, but if you do want to change it as well, look across the channel and you'll find a video of that, me changing a throttle using different color wires because they're not the same wires. And also, this is a very important thing to notice, when I'm pulling this brake, it's actually hitting this throttle, which is not allowing me to pull the brake in more. So I'm going to just adjust it a little bit, just to the point where it doesn't get in the way of my brake lever. And that's on there nice and tight. Now I can pull that brake lever in and there's enough clearance. My back brake's still working. Last thing to do, put those 2 bolts in there. My screen fits a lot more flatter now. Before it was it was like there, now it's further back, and that is probably because of where I got that gold bar positioned, but that's okay. I actually like that. It's actually better that it's like that. Okay, so battery's still flashing. If it does die, as I said, I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so I'm sure it's the nut that goes on the back and then the bolt in the front there. We'll need an Allen key, the right Allen key. Is that it? There we go. So I'm holding the nut in the bottom, in the back, and turning that bolt. Then we're going to do the same with the other nut and bolt on the other side. So if you do need help on electric bikes, leave it in comments below. I try my best to help you. I've managed to help quite a lot of different people now, which I'm happy about, because there's nothing worse than having an electric bike and something goes wrong on the electrics and you're not able to repair it. There's nothing more frustrating or annoying than that. There's literally nothing. Okay, so I'm just going to position it to where I would like it to be, which would probably be about there. So it's sitting up a little bit, but not too much. Alright, I bring you guys back in again. I knew the battery was going to die. There just weren't enough, but that's alright. I charged the battery up. 2 hours later, we're back. So the one thing that I've done, which I didn't really show on cam, I've taken out the 2 bolts of the gold bar. Now again, you don't get the gold bar with the bike, you buy that separately. These are the 2 bolts that it comes with. They're not quite long enough on these bigger bars, so I've got 2 of my own bolts. As you can see, they're different colour. They're black, they're not silver, but it's fine because they still fit in there. So I'm putting those in there so I can get that bar tightened up nice and tight. probably could have done with a couple of extra bolts in there, to be honest. Maybe a couple of nuts or washers or something. Yeah, probably nuts would have been better, but it's alright. Still going to be on there, still going to be tight, still going to help us a little bit, so that's what we're going for. There we go. Cool, that Allen key was proper in there. And then the same goes on this side. I think on this side it's actually tighter in. On the other side I think it's further down the bar, but again, it's okay. It's just to strengthen it up a little bit, really. So there we go. So we have that done, and then we was in the process of doing the other nut up on the on our display there before it ended up cutting off. Let's tighten up that. So with the display, you can put it quite tight. I like to leave mine a little bit loose, just because I like to be able to move it every now and again for when I'm recording and showing you guys display. So you don't have to do that. It's just, that's just my way of doing it, which that's perfect. It's enough for me just to pull it down, angle it a little bit better, which is just how I like it to be. Now again, you don't have to do that. It's just what I've done. It's just personal preference. So overall, we've definitely got a lot more room on turning now, that's for sure. The bars feel a lot wider. To be honest, the left does feel like I'm out quite a little bit, so it would help if we had the camera angle right for you guys. Yeah, so me sitting on it, it feels like the left is kind of far out there, and the right's not too bad, but it is a little bit out. But the left feels like it's a little bit further. Again, I've never really had long bars like this before, so I guess I'm going to have to get used to it. And if I don't like it, worst scenario is by getting bigger bars, I can always get my hacksaw and cut them down, so that's good. So last thing is to switch her on and make sure we still have power. There we go. I was wondering what was saying error code there. It's because I had the brake on. I was trying to move at the same time. There we go. Perfect. She's back up and running again. Nice. I like that. That's really good. Especially considering as we made the other video as well of upgrading this stem to a better stem, a bigger stem. I feel like now I've got bigger bars on there. I feel like I need to adjust that again. So it does come with a standard stem that you can't adjust. This stem that I've got on there now, you can. I paid, it was either £14.98 or it's £15.98. I forget what it was now, but yeah. Anyway, how to install that, we made a separate video. If there's something you need to find, I'm pretty sure you will find it across the channel. If you keep looking, you will find it. I'm very sure of that. Okay. I've taken it up about a notch and a half. Now let me sit on it, see what it feels like now. Oh, that's better. That actually doesn't feel it's too far out now. Maybe it was just because the bars were just a bit down, a bit lower than what I'd like it to be. That is absolutely perfect. Give that one a really good tighten. Okay, there we go, nice and snug, the way we like it to be. Look at that. What a transformation, man. That looks so cool. And they're called Wake handlebars, 780mm, 31.8 in the center. So if you've got the Samebike L026 500 watt or 350 watt, this will work. It will also work on other mountain bikes as well. So yeah, I like that. Very, very good upgrade. The only one thing is I've just forced that back brake down there a little bit because that was sitting kind of high. I don't like it to sit that high, so just forced it down. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit more. It feels like it's a little bit on the loose side. Of course, we drop the Allen key think I was tightening it the wrong way actually. I was. I was loosening it. There we go. So the brake is always probably the main thing that I always do up the most tightest out of absolute everything is always the brake, because the brake is obviously something that you're always always using. Going off-road can make it rattle and move around and that kind of thing. So yeah, I 16-pound handlebars, I really do like that. And even though they're cheap bars, obviously having this rental bar strengthener here is obviously going to take off a little bit of strain from the middle of the front bracket there as well. Look at that. They look very nice. Really happy with that. Took a bit longer than what I wanted it to, but that is because we got all the cables and wires, and testing it as well, moving all the way to the right and all the way to the left. The cables are still fine and have plenty of free play there, so we don't need to worry about that. I hope this one helped you out. Again, if there's any comments, do leave it below in the comments section, and if you need any help on your electric bikes, also leave that below as well. Even if it's not the same bike as this one, the Samebike L026, even if you have an electric bike and it's a different model, different make completely, I still might be able to help you out, because the controllers and motors are very similar to all the same things. So we also have that grip on there. I also did buy some of these. I'm not going to bother to put them on whilst recording, but I'm going to put those on in a bit, which are little red crimps to go on my cable tires. Just to go on the brake and the gear cables. Yeah, just to put that on so it makes it look a little bit more nicer. We got the red handlebars, and then we got the hydraulic from mechanical pull brakes. We now have hydraulic pull brakes, which are these. They're red. We got that red one on the front, and then we have the red one here on the back as well. And as you can see there, the cable's starting to thread a little bit, so I'm going to trim that down. I'm going to put a crimp on there just to tidy it up. Take that crimp off there and put a red one on, and put a red one on there just to make it look that little bit more as a whole. But that looks really nice. I've got the handlebars set up nice and high, which is the way I like it to be. Everyone's different. You might not like it the way I got it set, but I do. So that's it. Drop a like, subscribe, make sure notification bells are hit so you don't miss when we take this bike off road, and plus more upgrades to come in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We catch you people again soon for some more fun and games. I'm out.